الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Are there any questions, brothers or sisters? Inshallah, guys, don't forget to get your questions answered here on Instagram and YouTube. Put your initials, inshallah, first and last. Your city and your state. Jazakumullah khairan. If you feel that's stupid or that doesn't make any sense or that's a bid'ah, that's fine. That's totally up to you. No problem. But we will not answer your question. If you want your question answered by us on this platform, inshallah ta'ala, that's the format, as it's been for some time now. Question has come from Sydney, Australia, from initials RI, or IR, excuse me. Salam Sheikh, is it true that the opinion across the four madhabs and that of Ibn Taymiyyah is that lowering the pants below the ankles, not out of arrogance, is not haram? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Majority of the ulama hold the view is that isbal is unlawful when accompanied by khuyala, pride, arrogance, and conceit. That's a fact. And a small number of scholars hold the view is that isbal is unlawful without pride and conceit, and with pride and conceit is even worse. We have videos on the channel discussing that argument in detail, and it allows no doubt that's a very important question, because isbal and cutting the pants, trimming the thobe, for some strange reason, has become such a landmark, hallmark, milestone thing for love and of hate, wala and bara, and declaring and determining who is and who is not. That's a fact. It isn't like a small issue. No issue from the sunnah is small, but it's something that, for one reason or another, people have made it the certification. If you have your pants cut, and if not, such and such. And that's a problem, especially when it's an issue in which the overwhelming majority of ulama held a different view. And it's okay to you to hold the view of the minority. Just because the majority says something doesn't mean it's correct. That's not hadith disciple way. Jumhur or ittifaq or ijma' does not mean that that's the strongest opinion. And we've explained this many times before. But for me to make this the cornerstone of my dawah, my love, my hate, and to bully people and to abuse people and to badger people and to force them in the corner and point the finger at them, and then only thing that a person has to do is pick up a book and say, well, Fulan said it is what? Ijma' of the ulama, that I don't have to do it. All of the madhabs, Imam Ahmed, Fulan, all of them said that if you have your pants beneath your ankle, not out of conceit, then it's not haram. You're going to look like a what? A total fool. And that's going to open up the door for more people to come and say that your dawah is what? Weak, it's made up, it's new, it's a novelty, it's made to destroy Muslims, split Muslims, etc., etc. You get how dangerous it becomes now? It's not like a small thing. So, and we've explained this before. What's important is, me, myself, I hold the view that isbal is haram even without pride and arrogance. It's unlawful. And the pants or the thobe or the izar of a Muslim man who's of age must be at least above his ankles while standing. Laying down, sitting down, different story. When you're standing up, it has to be at least above your ankles, and it's recommended for it to be higher. But it doesn't mean that every masjid that I go to, the first thing I say is raise your pants, or I won't accept the invitation, or that there isn't a scholar or someone. I remember the first time I went to Medina, wallahi, and the first time I saw an island with his thobe low, I was like, it was so traumatic. This was in 2002, way back in the day. I'll never forget, it was over Sheikh Ubaid al-Jabari's house. I was like, what in the world? This Sheikh Ubaid? Sheikh Ubaid is a common household name. I'm talking 2002 now. And his throat was low. And I said, maybe my eyes are off. Maybe something's wrong with my eyes. Maybe it's cloudy, it's hazy. Maybe it's dark. Maybe I'm still got jet lag from the flight. Maybe because no, his throat is low, beneath his ankles. And I asked the brother about it, and he was like, oh, well, Yani, yeah, the Sheikh, he's, that's all he could say. Because back home, in America, UK, Salafi, you what? No doubt. And if your pants are not at a certain length, a certain height, then you're what? Mubtadir. Khalas. So you get the point? The mushkila here? So someone can say, I think, and I believe, I have the proven evidence that the thobe should be what? No doubt. But I'm not going to make my wala and bara. Okay, and force the people and throw it down their throats. And the item that I'm quoting and translating from is what? We can get into other ulama, different ulama from different cities, bigger, greater ulama. You see them walking their thobe as what? No, not above the ankles, below. Because the view that he holds is that it's okay, as long as it's not done out of pride and arrogance. So, and there are many other things like this: the sutra, the beard, the mustache, niqab, kathir. And which different brothers that came back and they made this the cornerstone, the pillar of their dawah and of their love and their hatred with intensity and severity, and it caused a great deal of harm. And for argument's sake, the only thing, like I said, they have to do is start quoting those different. Fulan said, no, Ibn Taymiyyah himself said about the dhikr beads. Now you're going to look like what? And people are going to lose value and trust in your dawah. Instead of you saying, the sunnah is use the hands for dhikr. That's what you should do. That's best. If you choose to use the dhikr beads, some scholars have allowed that. I don't agree with them. I think they're made up, etc., etc. You say that, there's nothing no one can say about you. Whether they agree or disagree, whether they like you or like you, but you've clearly covered your tracks. In this masjid, I'm the imam, I'm promoting the people to use their right hands for dhikr. Brother comes in with a dhikr bead, I'm not going to throw him out the masjid, kick him out the masjid, I'm not going to call him a bad name, I'm not going to look funny at him. But if he asked me, Sheikh, Imam, what should I do when I make tasbih? I'll tell him what? And I'll give him proven evidence. And if he continues to use his dhikr beads, I say, what? Khayran. Why? Because there were great ulama, some say even sahaba, who used beads and things like this, ropes, seeds. So you understand the concept of hikmah, wisdom and dawah. Hikmah and dawah. And don't think that everybody's, asleep and foolish. Somebody doesn't like you because you were too harsh, because you were disrespectful, because you were looking down on them, they'll go to their Azhari friends and imams and they say, what about this guy? He says the people have to cut their pants, the people have to do this. It's haram to shave the mustache, kada kada. And the Azhari imam, he's going to go in his library and he's going to pull out Nawawi, he's going to pull out Ibn Taymiyyah, he's going to pull out Fulan, he's going to pull out this madhab, and he's going to make you look like a fool in front of everybody. So it's a problem, all right, of hikmah and fiqh and da'wah, and the difference between consensus and difference of opinion, and the difference between a view that you hold versus a view that other ulama hold. There's nothing wrong with you holding your own view, but don't force it upon the people when there's clear ikhtilaf. So isbal is haram, according to my view. It's not allowed. Even if you don't do it out of conceit, the pants, the thobe must be trimmed. But the questioner, what he mentioned, that's a fact. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best. We'll stop here. We've run out of time, unfortunately. May Allah Azza wa Jalla allow us never to run out of time, to do the right thing, and to learn the right thing, and to make tawbah. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا وإمامنا محمد.